And we just want to have a couple of looks and take, Kevin, your thought on what happened there with Jake Evans and Mark Scheifele.
Well, Craig Simpson, who called the game, he explained it perfectly, in my opinion. It's one of those plays where a play is pretty vulnerable. A player that is pretty vulnerable. And Evans, we saw this coming from down the ice. You know he's going to wrap the puck, and the only way Scheifele can really defend this is to go stick on puck and prevent the goal. But, you know, he was a frustrated guy in the third period. He wanted to go through his man there. And Mark Scheifele is not a dirty player by any means, but this is a hit he has to take responsibility for. He doesn't need to throw that hit. And, you know, the elbow came up a bit. There's obviously an injury on the play. It's a tough hit for a guy who played the game, very physical. I hate seeing hits like this. It was scary to see him laying on the ice.
Kelly.
That was terrifying. There's no question about it. And, you know, we're all hoping for Evans to be okay here shortly. But I have to tell you that just does not look good on Scheifele. I agree with you. He's not a dirty player, but I could see a one-game suspension.
Cassie?
You know, you could see when Mark Scheifele was going off, his eyes were just buzzing, and he was frustrated all night from this line with Evans, Deneau, and Gallagher. And then he stops in the hallway, and you can see that he knew he made a mistake. And I think he's going to get suspended at least 2 games, in my opinion, Kelly. And the elbow to the head, and then, of course, the head hits the ice. So, you know, just added insult to injury for Jake Evans. And at this point, you just hope that he's going to be back as soon as possible and healthy as soon as possible.
Go ahead, Kev.
Ron, you saw the chaos after the hit and how upset Weber was, and I can't remember who the other defense went on. I don't know if it was Edmondson, and them trying to get at Scheifele. And we all were wondering, how is this game going to end now? Like, how is the last minute going to play out? But I think when he was being carted off on the stretcher, you saw the concern that both teams had for him. Winnipeg had concern for him as much as Montreal did, and the game ended very uneventful, which is a good thing because I think they realized that, you know, the health of Jake Evans is the thing that's on everyone's mind right now. I don't think there'll be any carryover to the next game, but it was a scary play for sure.
Well said. Thanks to the
Good
three.
job by Kyle Murchison, too. Sorry, Ron.
Yep.
Good job by Kyle Murchison, the linesman. He used his body to shield Evans. He recognized the seriousness of the situation. So good job to sort of sacrifice himself to protect the player.
And Nick Ehlers to make sure everybody understands.